So this is more so just interacting with my specific neighborhood, Plaza, Midwood, and Noda. So it's not so much as like a candidates forum, you know, where all the candidates will be speaking and, you know, have time and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm just doing regular stuff tonight. So we are going to take public transportation. We're going to take the transit today, and we're taking the light rail to Sugar Creek and then to the 4. So let's do it. I got on silver. I don't have one of the silver thingamabobs. I was looking at my car. I don't have a silver crown, so I need to get a silver crown. If anybody wants to get me one, that'd be great. But I think I can find one at Tyson very easily. So let's do it.
Llame al 704-336.
Please stand clear. Doors are closing. Train is about to move.
Station has really come along. Oh, that's not 4. Let me hit me up. Whoop. Is that the 4? Thankfully, that's Hidden Valley to 11. I've taken that one to one of the forums the other day. Actually, to the recreational center for Charlene Henderson's event. And then down here for the 4. Alright, well, they do have a nice seating area. It's actually quite pleasant over here. There's some more seating areas up there, but it looks like I'm the only one waiting on the 4. So we'll just wait on the 4, especially since it's gonna get me there at the same time whether I take a lift or the 4. Why spend my coins when I can just, you know, take the bus? Good. Alright, we're waiting. I guess I missed the initial one because it was supposed to be like a smooth transition, you know, like hop off the, you know, the links, you know, the light rail or whatever, and then hop onto the 4 like within minutes or whatever. You know, a cute little moment. But yeah. So that, I think, definitely needs to be something that needs to be addressed. But other than that, I'm just chilling. It's a pleasant day. But of course, when you're commuting, you don't always have the luxury of saying, okay, I'll wait on the next bus, you know, 20 or 40 minutes later. That thing come. All right. Very nice. We got the 4 and the Belmont. That's good.
The coach had a big part in a child's life. They were oftentimes there for them, outside of school. And so we thought it would be extremely helpful if all coaches, especially in North Carolina, had what's called the Mental Health First Aid training. Mental Health First Aid is a training that the National Society of Wellbeing puts on. I think it's the gold standard. It costs quite a little, $30. Across the nation, it has bipartisan support in Florida. All teachers in Florida have to get that training, and Republicans introduced that bill. So we introduced it not get a Republican to co-sponsor with us. Behind closed doors, they're like, oh, it's excellent, I put in sports, mental health is important, blah, blah, blah. Could not get a single one of them to put their name on.
And so, just to introduce myself, I'm Luan Palmer. I am with the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, where I serve as the Communications Director for Medicaid. So I've rolled out a lot of information, again, within these last few days. Specifically, today, we hosted a community webinar where we talked about what these impacts will be here in North Carolina as it relates to the budget reductions that we just faced here. So 80 hours a month, an individual will have to report in to their care manager, to their social worker at the local DSS office. So they'll have to report in every month that they are doing 80 hours, whether they are working, whether they are in school, going through some type of education program, and it doesn't give specifics on exactly what that education program is, but if you go through that, working, and then also community service. They have to show that they are doing community service. They can do any of those activities, and they have to go in and be able to prove that they have actually, received that. And that infrastructure has not even been set up in North Carolina as to how that will even happen. And so when if an individual does not report that 80 hours, they lose their coverage.
Yep. Well, that was very, very eye-opening, very, very informative. It was really nice to be able to hear directly from him. And yes, he is the candidate that was running against my sister, Lucille Puckett. And Lucille Puckett would have equally done an amazing job. But it's nice to hear that he actually is, sounds like he's doing an amazing job, even though, of course, my sis didn't win. But yeah, so that was really cool because sometimes that happens. We have to focus on the long game because even if we don't win an election, that's not the end of the world. We've got to be able to put in the work and be able to then figure out a way to support those who do get in office because they can't do it as a Lone Ranger either. And you heard him speaking about that. So get involved. I know a lot of you want to be involved and you're trying to figure out how to be involved. And he was very clear about how charlatans, everyday charlatans, because a lot of you are wonderfully intelligent and you have wonderfully versatile skill sets and academia and expertise and experience that you can lend, or just your anecdotal information that you can actually lend towards lobbying for, and helping those of our senators and our House of Representatives, helping them literally, push the needle over the line with regards to whatever legislation that we need to have in place. So you heard it. I am very, very, very glad that I came here instead of necessarily going there. And again, I am definitely still, in support of course I am, of the women, the Democratic women of Mecklenburg County. But we've got bigger fish to fry, y'all. We got bigger fish to fry. So I'm actually out here and, this is home, honey. I'm home. And I'm not sure that I actually want to get on a bus because I'm only like 20 minutes from the house. So I think I'm just going to walk and go home. Because I feel like waiting on the bus it's going to take longer for me to do the bus route this go round as opposed to going ahead and just walking home. And that's the way I'm going. So I'm going to sign off now. It is your girl, Dr. Tigress Sydney Acute McDaniel, Juris Doctor, your best candidate for mayor of Charlotte. Remember that early voting begins on August 21st and ends on, of course, primary election day, September 9th, 2025. You better go out and vote. Don't look. Don't get caught slipping and don't look. Because if you want me in office, you take your ass to the polls on September 9th. Bye, y'all.